Hey everyone. So wanted to come on here with this vlog for this past week, which actually, believe it or not, ended yesterday. I mean, I would have done this vlog yesterday morning at this time. Right now it's about 8:55 a.m. Pacific on this Tuesday, August 27th, 2024. I do apologize if I'm a little out there. I'm still kind of waking up, even though I just did an audio thoughts, video, if you will, on the new Sonic 3 trailer that just came out this morning. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to do this vlog, let you guys know what's been going on. And yeah, it's been an all right first initial week. There's no denying that it's been an all right first initial week with my mom going back to work and everything. It's not much to write home about. I mean, I did get more content out this past week than I normally had during the summer. I'm sure a lot of you noticed that. Now, I know some of you might say, well, you did get content out during the summer. Yeah, I did. But as I've alluded to before, some of that, and at the midpoint of June and throughout July and August and all that, some of them, if not most of them, were already set up to premiere. And in some of them, I took opportunities to do, like with my mom going to church or going to get, stuff taken care of. I'd have opportunities to do things like this. Or, like I said, if she's sitting on the chair here or late at night sleeping on the couch and everything, or she's watching television here, she's watching The Chosen or Giants game or whatever. Basically it keeps her. She basically gets occupied. I'm trying to find the right way to say that. She kind of gets occupied, by that. It gets her attention. Keeps her attention. Not gets her attention, but keeps her attention. On other things. So it opens the door for me. It opens the door for me to, do some videos on camera, audio recordings for videos and stuff like that, as well as even do some live streams with my games, so that I can, give you, like I said, give you some content at that, on that day via, right at that moment live and everything, or even recordings and stuff like that. But yeah, I know some of you might point that out, but the thing is, the way I look at it, I was able to accomplish a lot more last week than I had in a while. Now, you might have noticed that as of yesterday, I had gone, a couple of days without, uploading stuff. I'd gone a couple of days without uploading stuff because the last time I uploaded stuff was on the 23rd, and I didn't upload anything until yesterday. And the reason for that, of course, it was the weekend and my mom was off, but also we had some family birthdays to attend to. Now, what's interesting about that scenario and everything, and as I'm making sure my computer doesn't go off here, and that one thing about computers, no matter what you have, whether it's laptops or regular PCs, is if you don't use them for a while, they will go off, and then depending on how you have them connected or whatever the case may be, they like to kind of start loading little updates here and there. I don't know why. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, the reason for that is because we had some birthdays and everything. My plan, excuse me, my plan was at least on. I'm trying to think. When was it? It was it Sunday? Was it Sunday? No, it wasn't Sunday. No, yeah, it was Sunday. My plan was on Sunday to, because I was playing my WWE 2K24 game on PS5, because we had plenty of time before we left, right? Well, what I should have done is I should have played 2K24 a little before, before that, if you will. I should have played it a little before that. But anyway, getting back on topic. getting back on track, I should say. Like I said, it's early. I do apologize. But getting back on track, basically, long story short, I basically got myself ready. I was all ready to go. Had my Giants jersey on. Had my little, I guess you could say necklace or neck item, if you will. Let me show you, for example. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I can't even think of the name. My little, my little necktie here. This thing here. I had this on and everything. So I was all set, ready to go. My mom was getting ready too, but again, we didn't have to be there until at least to my sisters, I should say, my older sisters, until about maybe 5 at the most and all that. So I was basically all set and ready to go, and I was playing my game. And my plan, as I'm trying to get to this point here, and I do apologize. Like I said, it's early and everything. But my initial plan was play my game and all that, play my game, and record something to upload to PS5, let it upload, and then while me and my mom are on the road, I could edit. I can edit everything together. I can edit. I can edit everything together on my YouTube studio app here on my phone, and then send it to Premiere while we were at the game. But that didn't happen. And speaking of games, I'll get into that in a moment. But like I said, that didn't happen. So I went basically the first weekend after she went back to work this past week. I went the first weekend without providing any content, but I look at it like, hey, I was able to catch up, provide more content than I usually have, so I'm good to go. But yeah, that's why you saw some content pop up yesterday, even though my mom was off yesterday, and this is why. And this is why, this is what, this weekend, I should say, is why. Because as I was mentioning, the reason I didn't put content out there is we had birthdays. On the 24th, we celebrated a week later, basically 9 days later, if you will, we celebrated my great niece's 4th birthday. Yeah. Now you might say, well, why didn't you celebrate it on her actual birthday or the weekend after her birthday? Well, here's the thing about my family when it comes to the summer. Here's the thing about my family. As soon as you hit July, as soon as you hit the end of June into July, you are bombarded with birthdays. July, not so bad because you got like 1 or 2 at the beginning, and then towards the end of July, you've got mine, you've got my niece's fiancés, you got my brother-in-laws. So you get bombarded there. And then even though you might get a bit of a break, in between, it's a lesser break. It's a lesser break than before. It's a lesser break than before. So we had so there was my birthday, my brother-in-law's birthday, my niece's fiance birthday at the end of July. And then we had the baby shower to go to in Folsom. We had a baby shower to go to in Folsom, which you kind of saw, if you will. It's basically one of those special events that I named and then renamed later. But yeah, as a family shower, but you get the idea. So yeah, we went to that on the 4th, and then on the 11th, 7 days later, we went to Modesto, went to the Red Lobster there, had birthday dinner for my 3rd oldest nephew, who's now a senior in high school. And then the week later, we had my great niece and my niece, my great niece's mom, that is. And then this past weekend, we had my mom's, which is on Sunday. So what happened, and because, we had so many birthdays, it kind of got very convoluted. And when you have those many birthdays, kind of like in between, even though you might have some space, here and there, some breathing room here and there. When you have that many birthdays, if you will, it gets very confusing. It gets very confusing as to exactly, okay, how are we going to do this? How are we going to plan getting together? How are we going to do this? How are we going to, set up that and everything? So, so what happened basically is my older sister, she ended up going camping on the 24th. Now, or the 23rd. Now, the reason she went camping, her and her husband, my other brother-in-law, my older sister and her husband, they went camping. The reason for this is because he had a friend who I guess has a timeshare or something like this when it comes to camping. And they went to, I'm not going to say it's called Diablo. It's called something else here in California. And I can't think of the name right now. It might be Diablo. I'm not really sure. But they went to this lake area that's, also meant for camping and all that. So they went there for the week, for the weekend, I should say, or at least a partial weekend, Friday, Saturday, and parts of Sunday morning. And my older sister and her husband left. I think if I'm to assume when they left, I would assume they left maybe by 10 or 11 and everything. So they left at that time to, from where they were at that lake area, camping with their friends to come back. And the reason they came back on Sundays because we were taking my mom, to go see the Modesto Nuts, which, is the footage you saw yesterday get uploaded. We took my mom to, go see the Modesto Nuts against the San Jose Giants. The Modesto Nuts, in case you guys don't know, are the single A minor league team, MILB, single A team for the single A team, I should say, for the Seattle Mariners. And the San Jose Giants, I should say, are the single A team, MILB, for the San Francisco Giants. So we took her to see that. And what's interesting about the Nuts game is we weren't sure exactly what the future for the Modesto Nuts was, because there was talk that this could be the last year in Modesto, because of the fact that, well, the city, at least, I don't know what it was with the city or something like that. It's the city or the organization, they couldn't work something out, or maybe they just didn't want to pay the money to renovate the field or something. I think it might have been the city not wanting to pay the renovations for the field, because when you're traveling to the field, from like, let's say Newman or Patterson, when you use the Google GPS or something, when you're doing that, it'll take you in a direction. And when you go to Modesto, you go down Crow's Landing, you go through all that, you turn right onto Paradise, and you take the directions from there. And basically, as my sister would put it, the section of Modesto, my oldest sister, and this is her saying, and even my niece, her daughter would say the same thing. This section of Modesto was, God forgive me for saying this, very ghetto. He would say, and I know people don't like hearing that about the neighborhood, so I do apologize for that. But that's how she looked at it. She looked at it as being very, very not so safe, if you will. And basically, long story short, we took my mom to go see that on Sunday, go see the game and all that. But like I was saying, we didn't know what the future was for the Nuts. And, ironically, the timing of the updated news couldn't come any better, because what happened is we found out through sources online, like Modesto B, and then through, then I think, what was it, Channel 13, CBS 13 out of Sacramento, that we found out that the Nuts are going to be staying. They're going to be staying. And I think the reason for that is it's not just the city that wants them to stay, but I think it's the fans that want them to stay. but also it's the fact that I don't think they have a plan just yet as to, okay, where are we going to send these guys afterwards? Like what? Because they're going to stay within the Mariners system, the Seattle Mariners system. But the question is, okay, where are we going to send these guys? Single A wise or triple A wise or double A wise. Where are we going to send these guys? Are we going to trade them off to other teams? That's something they need to work out still. So I think that's why they're going to remain for, that's why they, in my opinion, I think they decided to remain one more season at John Truman Field. So at least they can come up with a plan and everything. Maybe even come up with an idea of, okay, we want to renovate, or we want to build something. What can we do? What can we do? Or what can we do to kind of keep them maybe within the Modesto region, but not at where they're at. Something like that. So anyway, getting back to the birthdays and what this has to do with that, that's what we did for my mom. Now, like I said, before that, we did a birthday celebration for my great niece and her fourth birthday the day before. And again, like I said, the reason for that is there was no real communication, per se. There wasn't too much communication per se as to what was happening. And because of that, my oldest sister and her husband agreed to go with his friend camping at this Diablo place. I think the San Pablo. I think it was San Pablo. That's what it was. I'm trying to, Lake Pablo. I can't think of the name. I do apologize. San Pablo, Lake Pablo, whatever. But they decided to go camping at this Pablo place, this Lake Pablo place, I believe. They decided to go camping there because there was no communication. And of course, with any family, when that happens, it's a little bit tit for tat until finally there is a clearer communication of understanding, like, oh, okay, we get it now. Like, oh, okay, we see why you did this. And yeah, we probably would have done the same in your place. So there was an understanding, bit of a disappointment, but an understanding, and that was good. That was good. But yeah, on the 24th, this past Saturday, we celebrated my great niece's fourth birthday, even though it was on the 15th. The silver lining is my older sister, who is her grandma, went on her actual birthday to give her presents and celebrate with her, as well as I think give my niece her present or something like that. I'm not really sure. And then after that, like I said, the week later they went camping, and then we celebrated at my second older sister's, my middle sibling's house, because she agreed to host it. Because my niece's home, her and her fiance's apartment or complex, if you will, it's too small. It'd be like, yeah, everybody's gonna be sandwiched in. My second older sister had more room, if you will. So yeah, we did that on the 24th, and then like I said, on the 25th, which was my mom's birthday, her 75th one, we went to the Modesto Nuts San Jose Giants game and had fun there. We had fun there. So it was a good time, had by all. It was great family fun. What was interesting is we saw a young kid, getting sang happy birthday by, I think, his little league team or something like that. That was in attendance. So it gave my sisters and my niece the idea of, okay, how can we do that for mom? And my niece, she goes off, to get information. She finds out, oh, it's only cost $5 for you guys to, during the, transition from the top to the bottom of the sixth inning to acknowledge birthdays and all that. I was like, okay, I can do that. And she paid $5 for her. And what happened is at the bottom of the sixth inning, as they were transitioning, where you have the home team coming up to bat and everything, they were doing all these greetings like "Welcome to John Truman Field," greetings and all that. Happy birthday! And apparently, my mom got the biggest reaction because she was the oldest birthday they had there. And then all of a sudden, you hear this "Happy birthday!" and all that. And you can kind of see that in the vid I put up as well. But anyway, that's what we did for her 75th. And again, these are the reasons why you didn't see any content being uploaded till recently here on my channel due to the fact that we were out celebrating birthdays. One belated by a week, technically, because again, communication was like, not all there. Communication was not all there as I'm doing some uploading of my channel right now, uploading my thoughts video on the trailer. But anyway, yeah, like I said, communication was not all there, but that was okay. That was fine. That was okay. Everything got cleared up. And now because of that, my mom went back to work today. What happened yesterday is she took yesterday off. She let the right people know last Monday on the 19th, hey, I need to have the 26th off because it's my birthday and we're not going to get home till late and everything, which is true, which technically is true. And, we just, me and her just relaxed a little bit. She basically used yesterday as, her Saturday, because usually on Saturday she does some things like she sweeps the floors, she does her laundry, stuff like that. She does some catching up, basically, unless, of course, the school assigns or something and everything. So, she did that. She did that on Saturday. Not Saturday, but on Monday. She kind of caught up and everything. And now she's back at work, which would explain why I'm able to do this recording in the thoughts on the Sonic 3 trailer. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened within the first week. Again, not too much, just catching up on a lot of my content, checking on my Kohl's status to see when they're gonna get in contact with me to show up there to do another job for season, as well as basically just celebrating some birthdays and everything. And we got my older sister's birthday coming up this Saturday, so we don't know what's gonna happen there. We'll find out. There is talk that she wants to go to Vegas. Her and her husband. We'll see. That's again, my mom was saying, hey, don't take that seriously. She had a little too much at the game. So we'll see whether or not she follows through on that. But overall, pretty much again, just this past week was spent catching up content wise with the channel, kind of getting back into that semi-normal mood, which again, as I said, will not fully be back to normal until at least the 3rd, which is on Tuesday, because the 31st is Saturday, 1st is Sunday, 2nd is Monday. A week from today will be fully back to normal, if you catch my drift. But anyway, though, guys, that's all I'm going to say. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. Like the video, ring the bell for notifications for future content uploadings, as well as subscribe to the channel. Also, click on the link in the description to my Teespring store, as well as where you can find me elsewhere content-wise. And the Teespring store's got merchandise you can't find anywhere else. Pick up a t-shirt or something like that, guys. It'll be very, very, very helpful for me financially in the future. But let me know what your thoughts are, guys. Love to hear from each and every one of you. And until then, I am out.